Happy Tuesday, everybody. Starting with Bitcoin, you can see this massive candle. You can see this is daily chart, and you can see classic higher highs, higher lows are happening. You can see this is one high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and then we made a new high. And look what we are doing now. We are making a higher low again. And you can see this resistance here around 32K. You can see this is around 25th of May 2022. Big resistance here. Then we came again here in April 23, then again in July 23, and now we are here again. So this is a very, very major resistance. To break this is not going to be that easy. And you can see my projection here, I already pointed it out. It's playing perfectly. If I delete this higher highs lows, you can see here, we're expecting a pull, a massive pump. We got it there. Now we are expecting a pullback and we are there. So is this the pullback or are we going to go lower? We'll see soon. And we had a buy signal yesterday, or day before yesterday, actually on Monday. And then we got PPO crossover. You can see here, green line is above red line. So we got PPO crossover. So that's very good news. So whenever green line is above red line, that means bulls are in control and we're going to be going higher. So we have everything in the buy direction and everything is looking good. And let me bring moving averages just to see how things are looking from moving average point of view. So this is daily chart. You can see now we are finding support. This, you can see this dark blue line. This is 200 EMA. Okay, sorry, 200 SMA. So we're finding support on 200 SMA line, and you can see it cross above that one day on Monday, then now consolidating, now just making a flag. I think it's a 1 hour time frame. If I hide these lines, you can see what it's trying to do, make some kind of a flag. Okay, making a flag, and then it's a bullish pattern. So it's getting ready for a breakout above that 32K. It's probably going to consolidate for a bit and then probably going to make another massive candle to break this resistance. The high here is around 31,829 depending on the exchange you're using. So I think if we get another massive candle from where we are right now, so right now it's around 28,374. If we get one massive candle of 12 to 13%, Bitcoin can do that, guys. Bitcoin can do one day more than 10% candle. If we get that, that means we are getting ready for another pump here, and then the next resistance is going to be around 40K. All right, so things are looking good for Bitcoin, finding support around 200 SMA, and everything is good. Ethereum, you can see Ethereum is again in the support box, this green support box, massive, lot of interaction here again in the support box. Ethereum looks like a bit weaker compared to Bitcoin, but that's how it is. Like when Bitcoin is pumping, money goes out of altcoins, Ethereum and other small coins, and then flows into Bitcoin. And then we have to wait for Bitcoin to stabilize, and then money starts flowing back into Ethereum and other coins. Okay. So anyhow, so Ethereum is in the buy zone. This is where you should be looking to buy Ethereum. You don't want Ethereum to break out and then buy. Okay, so this is the best time to buy. And I think once Bitcoin consolidates, Ethereum is going to start pumping later on. So anyhow, so things are looking good. Ethereum is also looking very nice. All right, now we are done with crypto. So let's go to indices. Let's go to S&P. Let's go to triple Qs, Nasdaq for once before I go anywhere else. So you can see on triple Qs, if I go to 1 hour chart, I posted in my pre-market video, and even yesterday I said there is a gap here. Okay, you can see this gap here. I told on Monday we gapped up. And if you watch my video from yesterday, I was telling you guys there's this gap. The only thing which bothers me is this gap is not filled. And until that's filled, I'm still going to be a bit worried. But we're looking for higher prices. But look what happened today. They gapped down, fill this gap. So I can delete this gap now. I can delete this gap. And you can see it's looking nice. Now, if I go to daily chart, projection is still same. You can see here we're finding resistance on this downward sloping trend line, and you can see here we tried again on this trend line. Now we are getting some resistance here, and we got a little bit of pullback. Let's bring in moving averages and let's see what happened. And you can see here today, this is triple Q Nasdaq cash index. We went below all moving averages, and then buyers stepped in, pushed the price all the way back, and now we are again above all the moving averages again. Okay, so this red line is daily 50 SMA, yellow line is daily 50 EMA, 20 white line is 20 EMA, and 10 line is 10 MA. Okay, so you can see we are now above all moving averages, finding resistance on this downward trend line. It's not going to be easy. To break this resistance, we need a massive candle, and then this 377 is the next gap fill. So from here, we can probably, if to go there, we need almost 2 to 3% pump. All right, so that's good. This could be another flagging formation before we break out. So things are looking good. There's nothing bearish about this chart. This consolidating, which we want to see before a massive pump. You can see every time we get a pullback, we bounce, pullback, we bounce. So we're just looking for a pullback, and then we're going to get ready for with a massive candle to break this resistance. All right, that's what we're looking for, and things are looking pretty good. And this is US 100 live market. You can see this is also now above this, all the moving averages consolidating, and we're gonna, I think tomorrow end of day we have earnings. Let's quickly look at Tesla, Wednesday end of day, and then Netflix. This is also end of day, Wednesday. So on two major earnings are happening tomorrow, end of day, and that's going to drive the market. So we'll see if these two can bounce. That will be very bullish, and then we might get a breakout, which we are looking for after these earnings. Okay. Let's quickly look at SPY. S&P 500. One thing to note on SPY is looks like this gap is still not filled. So that's again, it's bothering me. Even on Dow Jones, this gap is not filled. Even on IWM, this gap is not filled. So for some reason, I feel like there could be some kind of an event, maybe after earnings or something, for S&P 500 to fill this gap. It's going to be around 1% down. But there's also an up gap here that's also not filled. So from here, that top gap is around 0.6%. So let's see where we end up tomorrow. It's in the middle, but I'm looking for long term. I'm looking for new highs. So regardless of how we resolve here, either we go down, fill this gap, and then go higher, or we just keep going higher and then come back next year to fill this gap. I don't know. We'll see. But my target, if you can hold your stocks until end of this year, I'm looking for new highs. Okay, that's my target. Dow Jones, same thing, higher highs, higher lows, finding resistance on this downward sloping trend line. Let's see if it can break here, or it's going to take some more time. So it can go find resistance here, maybe take some energy, and then it will try to break out. We'll see how it goes. But for now, there's a gap here. Just remember that it's possible. It's possible. Banks are doing good, but it is quite possible we can come down, fill this gap a little bit, go lower, and then go higher, or we can keep going higher. We'll see how it goes. IWM, same thing. Actually, let me bring back EMA lines. That way it's easier to see. IWM also a little bit of resistance on this 20 moving average, but look what happened. We are back above this dotted trend line, so we're closing above that. So that's a bullish news, and also this could be double bottom. You can see one bottom, two bottom, double bottom entry. If we close above 177.19, that's going to be very bullish, and then that means the bottom is in, and we're going for new highs over there. Gold, you can see also consolidating up 0.2% pre-market, finding resistance on this 200 SMA dark blue line. Also, there's this other major resistance here. So let's see. I think it's good. Gold can consolidate and then break out. We'll see. It can even come down. There is a gap here, way below here. I don't know when that's going to be filled, but eventually that should be filled. This is after Israel war, 9th of October, gapped up, but it's just consolidating. So gold is looking good. I think gold miners are also looking good. They're pumping, and you can see here another gap here. If you go to 1 hour chart, you can see this gap is still here, and there's another gap that's going towards this other gap, which is around 29 bucks. So let's see, are they gonna go down, fill this gap, then go higher, or it's gonna keep continue higher? I don't know, but my preference is if it can come down a little bit, fill these gaps, and then go, then it's gonna be a bit easier for gold miners as well. Silver, you can see, silver is now trying to go above 50 daily SMA and then 50 daily EMA, still consolidating. We'll see if it can go there. And let me hide these moving averages. You can see silver now closing above all the moving averages, not all the moving averages, this resistance here. And if it can go back on this trend line, that's going to be very bullish. So we'll see. So maybe a little bit of consolidation and then go higher. We'll see if that happens. Natural gas, also massive moves. If I bring back these chart here, you can see here finding support around this 200 EMA, and 200 SMA is also going down. So natural gas is looking very bullish, finding support on this 200 EMA, and it's by the dip. So it's good that we're consolidating. Only thing is we got this red sell signal. So let's see. Ideally, I would like to wait for green buy signal. So just be mindful of that. If you get one massive candle, green candle, I could get this green dot. But for now, just consolidating here. Crude oil also looking for some weakness, but it's holding strong above all moving averages. But my preference is to go down, break down, make a bear flag and go down. We'll see dollar index DXY also looking weak, same as my preference here. Let's see if it can go down, break down, and then eventually go down. That's going to be bullish for stock market. Tesla looking good above price today, finding resistance around this white line, which is 20 EMA, and it really needs to close above that to be bullish again. There's a gap here and gap below. So depending on earnings, it's right in the middle. So if the earnings are bad, it's probably going to go down 14-15%. If earnings are good, from here, it could go down almost 14% up. So just be mindful of that. It's in the middle. So are we going to go down? It's a coin flip, okay? Right in the middle. There's no indication from chart how the earnings going to be. So we'll see how it goes. It's right in the middle. So it's a coin flip right now. Netflix, now there is a gap here around 341.07. So for some reason, if tomorrow we come down here around 4% and we are here before earnings, that's going to be bullish. Even after earnings, we come here on the gap fill, then I think it's going to eventually go higher. So, and also from the top here, Netflix, from the top to the bottom here, it's down almost 27%. All right, 27% down Netflix. So just keep that in mind. There are more chances after the stock is down so much that earnings, regardless how they are, they're going to start pumping. Okay, we'll see how it goes. Apple looking good. Well, actually not looking good. It's finding resistance around this. It closed above all moving averages, and today it closed below 50 SMA and 50 EMA. Really wanted to close above that. So consolidating. Let's see if it can now bounce from here to fill up some of these above gaps. Microsoft looking very good. Actually, let's go to 1 hour chart. This gap is filled, so we can delete this, which is good news. Let's look at Apple. I think none of the other ones have this gap. Just wanted to check. Yeah. So Microsoft, let's go back to daily chart. Looking good, consolidating, and it's going to go and break out sooner than later. Google, let's see. I think Google also filled this gap. So yeah, so look, you can see how these gaps are always filled. So let's go back to daily. Google looking good, nothing to change, looking for new highs. Meta, this gap is not filled, so maybe we'll get a little bit more weakness, fill this gap and then go higher tomorrow. Amazon also fill this gap, so we can delete this. So you can see how now looking for this resistance, this downward sloping 50 SMA line, looking for Amazon to break that. Snowflakes also down, not a good candle. Yesterday it closed above everything, and today it came back down on 50 EMA. So it's just going higher, back testing, and then probably it's going to make a decision to go higher again. NVDA down 4%. Let's go to 1 hour chart. Did it gap down? Yes, massive gap down on NVIDIA. So let's add that here. So there's a gap down here. So we're going to make yellow top gaps as yellow. And AMD also, let's see, AMD had no, let me hide these moving averages. We can quickly see. AMD, let's see, is there any gap? Yeah, a little bit of gap left on AMD as well. So I'm just going to fill this, maybe move this a bit higher. And then NVIDIA also has that. And then Snowflake, Amazon, no gaps here. Okay, so you can see here, all these are looking good. And going back to NVIDIA, massive gap now up, a gap down. There was some chips news, I don't know what it is, but it's good that it's consolidating. And let's see if we can get a massive pump. AMD also in the middle. So right on the support here, which is good sign. So probably it's going to bounce from the support. Toronto Stock Exchange flat. This gap is still not filled. There's a gap down. So are we going to go back down, fill this gap, and then go higher? We'll see. Hang Seng Index. Now again, back testing this trend line. Broke out, back testing, and getting ready for a pump. Bond market. Wow, double bottom. Can this be double bottom? Came all the way down. That's not a good news. So let's say TLT. Looks like it came all the way down. Down 1%. So So can this, now it really needs to hold here and then bounce. Okay, if I bring all the moving averages, this is not a good price action. Above, below all moving averages, till divergence on RSI. What that mean? Price action is going new lows and higher momentum on RSI. Let's see if it can pull from here, bounce. This could be a double bottom. We'll see. Copper, massive bounce after, you can see copper went down so heavily and people bought it. This could be the bottom candle, okay? So this is where you want to buy CPER. Palladium, also there's funding support on this trend line, 1140, 1139, right in the support area. Wheat consolidating, just trying to form bottom here, looks like. You can see it's closed above all moving averages, at least white and green, 20 and 10, and still finding resistance around 50 SMA and EMA. If you can close above that, above 578.4, that could really bring a bullish move, almost 3% move. If you can close a candle, that's going to be very bullish for wheat. Corn, also same thing here, just consolidating, finding a bottom here. Soybeans is also in a buy zone. Let's look at Newmont Mine. Looking for a little bit cool down before it can go higher. Gold miner, same thing, which I talked about. Let's look at sectors. XLK, again this gap is filled, so delete this. So gonna fill this gap, then bounce. XLE, energy sector, looking very, very bullish, but looking for a little bit of weakness before it can go higher. XLV also holding nicely. This gap is still not filled, so probably gonna have a little bit more pullback. So let me fix this, looking for a little bit more pullback, fill this gap and then go higher. Same thing with XLE, looking for some pullback before it can go higher. So looking for pullback, fill this gap and then go higher. XLU, utility sector, same thing here, looking for pullback. XLI, still this gap is not filled. Are we going to get a little bit more pullback? That will be my perfect scenario. Real estate sector, again, same thing here, looking for a little bit pullback. And financials, still not getting a pullback. So let's see if we can get some pullback, probably by maybe next couple of days. We'll see how it goes. All right, guys, I think that's about it. Let's quickly look at VIX, 4% higher, nothing to worry. Eventually want to see consolidation and then go lower here by the end of this December. Okay, so again, let's quickly look at levels for tomorrow. By the way, guys, if you like the content, please hit the like button, and if you want to subscribe, join my personal channel. Link is in the description. You can join Discord, it's free to join, and I do release a pre-market and post-market and during the market live videos, so to show these zones, and you can see, for example, on Tuesday this morning we were here, and then here in the morning we were down. I was telling, I sent a video saying we're in the buy zone, and look what happened. From buy zone to the sell zone, we made almost 1.2% profit. Okay, I told people to sell here, and this is neutral zone, so we're just holding it here. Same thing with US 100, we were in the buy zone. So even if you buy above on the first standard deviation, and you can buy here, you can easily see you can make more than 1% profit. Okay. And yeah, so I shared these details with the channel. You can ask me any questions you have, so members get priority access to this. So yeah, sign up. It's only like $6 a month. One trade can make money for the entire year. All right, so US 500 in the neutral zone, and Nasdaq 100 is also near neutral zone and buy zone. Selling off a little bit. Dow Jones also near neutral zone, and Russell 2000 is also between sell zone and neutral zone. All right, guys, that's it for today. I wish you all the best for tomorrow, and please hit the like button on your way out. Good luck. Bye.